There you go.
Now, what were you up to last night? Because you might not have noticed.
Oh, I'm sure they were all doing it.
We're watching out. But big landmarks right across the country and across the world switched their lights off for an hour last night for Earth Hour.
Yeah, not just the big landmarks, actually. We were all meant to do it. Sit there in darkness.
There, look, the Eiffel Tower getting dark.
There you go. It's the 16th year it's happened. Just to be in darkness.
It's difficult to tell where it is when it's in darkness, isn't it?
Oh, there you go. And is that the Burj Khalifa or something like that? It's all that sort of thing. But anyway.
Tell when they're all turning their lights out.
Oh, there you go. Does it make any impact, or is it virtue signalling?
Well, joining us now, the leader of the Climate Party, Ed Gemmell, and Donnachadh McCarthy, director of Climate Media Coalition. Donnachadh, you're probably the first person we should go to explain to us what Earth Hour is meant to be doing. What's it meant to be saying?
Sure. It was an initiative started by the Worldwide Fund for Nature in 2007, where it said that for an hour each year, we would do something for the Earth. Whether it's turning off lights, changing our bank account from a high carbon bank account like Barclays to a low one like the Co-op or Triodos, or deciding we will contact our MP to say, what are you doing about climate? So it's the day where you spend an hour, whether turning off lights, being energy efficient, or doing something positive for nature and for the climate emergency.
Well, then you've got to, Ed, as leader of the Climate Party, you'd support this then, wouldn't you?
I think it's fantastic. So I think it's an amazing way of raising awareness all around the world. I think it's a great idea by the WWF to say to us all that we've got to be doing something for the climate at that time. So if you're not turning your lights off at home, you're actually thinking about it and doing something about it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a big wake-up call for us as well, that it's literally happening all around the world. I mean, whether it's France, Italy, Greece, Vietnam, China, Japan, Singapore, Australia, everyone's doing it. That should be a wake-up call to Britain to say that everyone around the world is thinking about this and is going to do something.
But did you turn your lights off last night, Ed, at 8:30?
Well, the call by WWF was to do something that is the right thing to be doing for the planet. So I was preparing for this interview to make sure that I could come on and talk about the right things.
That's a bit too clever an answer, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I turn my lights out because I go to bed at about that time. What about you, Donnachadh? Did you turn everything off in your own home? Or were you looking towards the big gestures from, the likes of the Eiffel Tower and Big Ben?
Well, I think I've been keeping the pledge since the 1992 Earth Summit. The world leaders in 1992 asked people to turn off the lights in rooms that they're not in and to turn off the heating in rooms that they're not in. And I've done that ever since. And yesterday, to mark Earth Hour, my whole house was free from the grid. I was produced more electricity yesterday than I used, so I helped other people turn their carbon footprint for their lights off as well. So, and the other thing I did yesterday was I celebrated a whole year from last year's Earth Hour of not being in a car once. I set myself a challenge. Could I not be in a car? Because cars and transport and flying are the single biggest source of carbon emissions in the United Kingdom. So I thought, could I set myself a challenge to do that? And I did it. So I celebrated yesterday.
But the problem is, it's all just, I mean, you're right, you're putting your beliefs into action, Donnachadh. Fair enough, and all respect to you for doing that. But for everybody else, it's just virtue signalling, isn't it? I mean, the Eiffel Tower, if France really cared about it, then the Eiffel Tower wouldn't be lit through all hours of darkness and twinkling on the hour. I mean, so it is nothing but virtue signalling, and most of us don't care two hoots about it, Ed, do we? We didn't even know it was happening.
Right. Well, I think, Stephen, actually it's a lot further than that. I mean, I talked about a wake-up call, but almost rather glibly. This shows that the entire world is thinking about this issue. And at the moment, Britain's behind the game. We have got to start moving up our action, not only because the altruistic idea of saving the world and reducing emissions, but because this is the way that the entire world is going industrially. We're moving in that direction. And this signal, virtue or not, from around the entire world is saying they're all taking it seriously. And what we need to do is pull forward all our targets, both on dealing with climate and on the nature side, but also make sure that Britain is prepared industrially to take action on this and make money for Britain. This is saying, look, guys, there's a big issue. The whole world recognises it. And the first mover who gets there and starts to do something about it is going to be building up its industrial base and helping its economy. And that's what we need to be doing, and doing it fast.
Well, look, we'll leave it there, but I think I didn't realise. I thought it was just about turning off lights and saving energy or whatever. But I think what you were saying earlier there, Donnachadh, about the fact that it is an hour where you can think about doing something for the planet. And it just gets you thinking the rest of the year, maybe, as you've done. We'll leave it there. We haven't got any more time on this. I know you've got so much more to say. Thank you so much, gentlemen, both.
Thank you.